Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 78th episode of the Kpush podcast. Today we have Jaiden Grant again.
Hi.
The last time we had you on, Jaiden, you were on episode 62, I believe. You had not come out with your documentary yet. Are you calling it a documentary?
Yeah.
You're calling it a documentary?
Yeah.
It seems different than a documentary. It seems like its own sort of thing. It doesn't even seem like a movie. It doesn't seem like a TV show. It doesn't seem like a documentary. It seems like it's an entirely own different thing. And I don't mean that as a bad way or as an insult in any way. In fact, I'm trying to give you a compliment.
Yeah.
It's like, did you see Inside by Bo Burnham?
No, I can't say I know what that is.
Well, Inside by Bo Burnham, he recorded his own special, his own quote-unquote comedy special inside his living room, and he went through and he edited all these things together, and he had a couple of lights in his bedroom, and he made this like weird thing that's similar to yours. It's not necessarily a movie, it's not necessarily a comedy special, it's not necessarily a TV show. It's an entirely own different type of thing.
So it's like its own like.
It's like a hybrid. It's weird. It's so different. It's so new, and I like where film is going, where we're pushing this sort of online vlog thing, but we're combining it with classic storytelling techniques, and it's very interesting because that's sort of what you did. You kind of combined it, vlog with documentary style. It's a very unique type of thing, which is why I don't know if you would consider it a documentary, because there's a lot of it of you just talking into the camera. Again, not an insult in any way.
I mean, I kind of intend. The purpose was for it to be a documentary, but honestly, it's like watching it multiple times. I felt like I was watching more of like a movie, like a movie, or I mean, it kind of still felt like a documentary, but
vlog.
like it's still. I felt like at this point it's like I'm honestly just like I'm making like a movie or something, honestly.
Yeah, I don't even think you know what you're making, and and honestly, that comes across. It does come across. It comes across as it supposed to be something, but it's coming off as something else entirely different. Yeah. And also, I was talking about to you this in the car, is that you can 110% tell when somebody has poured their heart into it, and it's one particular person. Yeah. That comes across so well in your documentary, whatever we call it, right?
Yeah.
It's so you. I mean, every single cut, every angle, every word, it's very Jaiden Grant.
Yes. Like, because, I mean, I had, like, a couple of people, like, shout out to, those like wonderful like group of people who like was like who had the camera for a couple of like takes, but majority of it was me. Like I pretty much filmed almost all of it. I edited everything myself. I put in everything. Like it was just like like it was pretty much just 95% of it was just me.
And editing is something so special, and we've talked about this the last time you were on the podcast, but
yes,
editing is where you have like a raw footage of something that's so completely unwatchable. And I bet you probably had, I'm going to say 20, 30 hours of just video, of just this, and I bet most of it was garbage. And for you to go through and watch all of that footage and make something out of it, yeah, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, it does. Because originally, like the original version of this was supposed to be like, so I intended it for it to. You ever like watch movies where it starts at the beginning? Or the first like 2 minutes starts at the end of the movie.
Right, yeah, like Pulp
that's
Fiction.
Basically what I was like doing at first, but it's like honestly it just did not work because it didn't really feel like it just didn't feel like what I wanted to do. I just wanted to like divide that. So what I ended up doing was just dividing it into like different like sections and each section had its own like purpose and meaning for why I had that stuff in there. Because like I had like a bunch of like titles for each like one was victory and friendship, where I talked about the championship game and like all my friends and everything, or in the beginning I had the title back to the beginning, where I was talking about like myself before I moved it to Easton, or I had I think what was called the beginning of the end for basically the for graduation and everything. So I just decided to just have it like that instead of just going all over the place and just not having it in like chronological order.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you did it really well, and you also really opened yourself up on the podcast. Was that hard to do? Was that really difficult for you getting and recording yourself on a camera and opening yourself up? And it's very strange for me, especially when I first started doing it, when I do those solo podcasts, when you're in a room alone with nothing but a microphone and a camera, it can feel really intimidating.
Yeah, because like before, like the original, like me filming myself, just like talking about like certain stuff in my lifetime, like I went on and on and on, so I had to pretty much just like cut most of the stuff that I was saying, because I was honestly just rambling about like different things and everything. But yeah, I would say that watching it with other people during the watch party and like watching people like see me talking about like my life before I moved here, I would say that I was honestly pretty happy that people like genuinely like cared and like reacted well to it. Like when I was talking about like my my friend who passed away, like when it panned to like the thank you miss like Mike for everything, like everyone started clapping, and that genuinely made me happy, because it was like this shows that people really did care, and they actually like they're clapping because like they genuinely care, and they're like even like some people were like afterwards they were like saying like that was really like that was like good that you like, I like that you were being vulnerable and you were actually like talking about like your past life before you moved here. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that I got emotional, but it was definitely just like, wow, like I'm really talking about like a bunch of.
I would say you got emotional.
I would
say you got emotional.
I would say that I got emotional when I was talking about like my friend Mike, because like that is an emotional thing, but it's like talk like revisiting and having people understand like my life before I moved here for the first time. It was definitely just like what should I say? What shouldn't I say? Should I like originally? I was thinking about like not even like talking about my friend Mike in the first place, because I didn't want it to come off as me, just using that to make people genuinely feel sympathetic or anything.
It didn't at all. It seemed like there's this thing on your chest that you needed to get out, and you needed to talk about it, and you didn't have anywhere else to talk to, and you had created this place for yourself to open up and talk about. That's what it seemed like, and I think that's what you wanted. And I think that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, but at the same time, it's just like I hope like people didn't perceive as it just me like oh, you're only saying this to make
no,
this,
you were
feel
very
sorry
genuine. You were very genuine, and also you're a very genuine person, and that helps. Is that you say what you mean. So when you talk about something like that, it means that people know what you're saying is real. It's what you're really feeling. It's not this played, made up. Oh, I'm going to try and get sympathy points here, because you're not that type of person. It's only the only time that people happens is when it's that type of person, and we all know it's a certain type of person who will talk about their trauma and the things that have happened to them to gain sympathy points. Yeah, and you don't do that at all. Yeah. So when you talk about something like that and genuinely open up about it, everyone, and I mean that, and if they don't, and if there's some dude out there who watched that who said, I don't think he's being genuine, he's just being a fucking asshole. Like, don't listen to those people. But you listen to like people like me and your friends and the people who were there watching it, clapping, who genuinely enjoyed it and paid attention. They can tell you were being genuine. Don't have that thought. That thought is silly. It's silly to have, because it didn't come across like that at all. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and I'm glad people liked it. I'm very glad people liked it, and I liked it too. But what I'm fascinated about is the way you were able to do this without any practice ever, without you, because you have edited stuff before in the past, but you've never filmed yourself and then edited it. This is your first project ever doing that, and you did it really, really fucking well.
Yeah, like honestly, like you saying that honestly just makes it even more like wow, because it's like this is the first time I've ever done something like that before, and I mean, I've seen a bunch of documentaries, so that pretty much like kind of helped me on what I was doing, but at the same time, it's like I've never done something, I've never edited something for it to be more than like 10 minutes. Yeah. I've never made an hour-long edited video before, so I didn't know exactly what I was doing most of the time in the beginning. But then, as I, was gaining more knowledge and understanding what to use and what not to use, that's when I was like, okay, now I am starting to get the hang of this. And like I remember like the feeling of like fulfilling. Finally finishing, and I was like, wow, like I finally finished the editing it, and I finally finished everything, and rewatching it, it was like, wow, like I really, like I fucking did it, like I finally finished it and shit, like it's like, damn.
Was there a moment, and every artist says this who has ever worked on something, where you go back and you watch it and you say, I wish this was better?
Yes.
I mean, yes. You could do that for hours upon hours upon hours.
Yeah. Because like I was watching. I think I might have been Chris Stuckman who was talking about this, but he was like saying that every director, every creator who watches something that they made, they always go back and be like, I could have done something better with this. I could have done this better. I could have maybe edited it a bit, more crisp or anything. But yeah, that's pretty much how I felt, because I felt like I could have added more or took some things out. Could that dragged on a little bit, but I mean that's like that. Everyone's gonna feel that, so it's like it's not like I'm the only one that feels that way, because everyone's gonna feel about that.
Is there anything you left out that you wish you hadn't?
Is there something that I left out that I wish I had, like that I've added? There's actually two things that I feel like I wish I kept in there. Well, it was Anthony's party. It was Anthony's party. And like I wish I had it. I wish I kept that in there. I really wish I did. I wish I did. And
I probably would have been in it.
You
more.
were. Yeah, you were. You.
And no, glad.
And then the other thing was Safe Grad Night, because I had a bunch of footage from Safe Grad Night and from Anthony's party that I never really ended up using a bunch of it, and it kind of made me sad, because if it was up to me, this fucking thing would have been maybe almost 2 hours. But like everyone was telling me, some of my friends were telling me, dude, like you need to make this like at least an hour. Like no one's gonna want to watch a 2 hour fucking documentary.
Oh fuck them! Who said that to you?
No, it's
Who
not.
said that to you? No, seriously, go fuck them. Fuck whoever said that. And I bet that person's your friend, and I bet that you care for them very much, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be your friend anymore, but whoever that person is gives terrible fucking advice.
Honestly, though, like, I agree, because even I wouldn't want to watch a 2 hour documentary, because, like, yeah, as much as I wanted to use everything,
but if you
I couldn't use everything. So that honestly, because even, listen, as much as I wanted to, like, use everything, I had to come to a realization, and like I had to come to a realization that I can't use everything, because even though every director can't use every scene that they filmed, so right. I feel like that was honestly, I mean, I took it as good advice, because like, yeah, honestly, as much as I want people to really watch everything, I have to also to keep them in mind of the fact that I don't want to have them watch every single thing. I have to be mindful.
Yeah, you want to get rid of the bad stuff for sure.
I mean, nothing that I filmed was bad, but I just didn't want to have them watch everything, because again, even though this is a documentary, I have to treat this as a documentary and not a full length movie, because this is supposed to be like quick stuff of everything that we went through that year. So yeah, like the fact, like, being told that honestly was good advice, because it was like, yeah, you know what, you're definitely right, because I wouldn't want to make, because making it 2 hours for myself would definitely be more time consuming, and I didn't want to put myself through that, and I didn't want to have everybody watch 2 hours of something. Now, if I ever
why not? Why do you keep saying that? You keep repeating that nobody would want to watch 2 hours. I want to watch 2 hours.
Well, okay, if you want to, I mean, if I ever decide to make a fucking director's cut or something,
I bet you, right? There's shit in there that you probably don't want out, right? And that's probably another reason why you didn't put it in. After college, though, all that shit goes away. After college, none of that shit matters, especially if you get like a decent job. Hey, fuck that shit. I get a director's cut out. You can work on it. Dude, you can make... And not only that, I guarantee you could probably tighten up what you already have. Yeah. I bet you could tighten up some of the shit that you already have, and you could just add some of this stuff. So if you cut out, let's say, 5 minutes, right, or 5-10 minutes of what you already have, and then you add just 30 minutes, dude, and then that shit's good too. That's tight. That is tight. I mean, and 2 hours isn't bad. 2 hours isn't nothing. We tell people to watch TV shows that are 60 hours long. How long is it? Yeah. People watch One Piece. How long is One Piece? Christ. That's like 3 days.
I don't know. Like, shout out to Andy. Andy, I don't know how you watch 900 episodes of One Piece. You're better than me.
Yeah,
you're better than me.
It's crazy to think that people wouldn't want to watch something that you poured your heart into for 2 hours because it's 2 hours. And people are going to have busy. I've been busy these past 2 weeks. I'm probably won't finish your documentary for another 2 weeks. But that's not an offense to you.
Yeah, it's not an offense. I mean, like, I've had people tell me like, "Hey, I plan on watching it. I just have to find a time and place to like actually sit down and watch it fully."
Yeah,
which is like it's fine. Like, if you don't, I'm not expecting everybody to watch it as soon as it came out. I mean, I understand that people are busy, so whenever you want to watch it. Yep. And then come back to me and tell me what your opinion was.
And also, you've poured so much time and effort in, and when someone takes their time to watch the thing that you poured your heart and time in, you're both benefiting there. Yeah. Like, there's a beneficial to both of... That's one of the best things about an artist, is that both people should be benefiting.
Yeah.
That's
unfortunately, I can't make money off of this, but, you know, that's the... I had no fucking budget. Fucking budget.
Why not, though? Why can't you make money off of this?
I mean, I was told like, hey, you should sell you know, CDs or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to
do that.
I don't want to have people pay for it. It's something that like that's a bit narcissistic. I feel like, I mean, selling that for like what, like $5 a pop or whatever. Nah, that's nah. Like, y'all can watch it for free. I don't care. I honestly, I'm just trying to be funny because like, yeah, I really didn't have any budget in that.
Yeah, you imagine.
I had no fucking
you selling budget. CDs. What if you get arrested for selling CDs of your video?
Wait, seriously?
I don't know. Do you need license for it?
I have no idea.
I think that would be funny though if they put you in jail. What if it ruined your life?
If it ruined my life, then fuck.
What if you went to life for selling DVDs of your documentary?
Then fuck. I mean, shit. If I went to jail for selling a documentary that I made, then okay. Like, wow. I mean,
could you imagine
if I really went to jail
in court and you say that? I mean, like, damn. Okay.
I mean. Obviously, I would try to plead my case, but it's like, like, seriously, I'm getting arrested for something that I made and I decided to sell. I mean, do you understand how many worse things I could be going to jail for? But nope, you're going to jail for life because you're selling something that you made.
Yeah.
I mean, now I could see if like I made something that could potentially put people in harm, like that fucking pink sauce girl, because she doesn't even know what FDA means.
Oh, you want to get to that? We'll get to that.
We'll get into that later. But honestly, like,
I want to stick with your documentary for a little bit.
But yeah.
Because I am fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I'm very, very fascinated how much time and effort you put into this.
Yeah.
And dude, also, if any of this shit works out, right, like logistically, any of this podcast comedy shit works out, or I'm able to get any gigs, bro, I'm calling you. I don't know where you'll be. Maybe you might not be able to work or whatever, but if I do need help at any point in time, you're definitely one of the people I'm calling for.
Thank you.
Thank you. 110%. You've and you should. Do you ever want to do you? I know you want to do your ESPN stuff and you want to get into sports management and stuff like that. But you're really good at editing.
Yeah, you're not the only one. You're not the only one who's told me that.
You're really good at editing, and if you really practiced editing for 30 years, right?
30 fucking years, Jesus Christ.
I mean, think about that though. This is your first thing ever that you filmed and edited. You've done a couple of edits in the past, so you've been editing for 2 years. I would say you've objectively gotten probably a little bit better than the start, right?
Yeah, I would say that, looking at some of the stuff that I did edit and looking at it now, I would say that I've gotten better.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody gets better. I get better at editing every time I do it. Every time I do these promo videos, you just get slowly and slowly and slowly better. And sorry, I just blanked out. I forget who it was, but I was watching a clip of director, and he was. I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't pick it up. Anyways, I'm just gonna try and repeat what he said. I'm probably gonna butcher it, but he said, "Where does editing start and end? Like, what is editing the most important thing?"
Editing is the most important thing besides filming.
Well, and his response was, "Well, the most interesting part about filmmaking and the most interesting part about making something like you did, or a movie or a TV show or doc or whatever, is the collaboration of all the things together. That's really, truly, like when you watch something like The Dark Knight, when you watch something like Pulp Fiction, where every single thing is perfect. There's not one thing that you can change wrong, or maybe you can change like a couple of things, but it's mostly perfect.
I mean, editing-wise for The Dark Knight, I mean, I would say that's like the best like editing you could do. But I mean, story-wise, I guess people can pick apart, but that's another thing. Like, editing is something that's pretty important, because editing scenes and taking scenes and rearranging them could make a movie so much better. Like, the best example that I can think of is well, it's not even a TV show, not even a movie. It's a show, Kenobi. Like, we talked about this last time. Like, I watched a fan cut. They cut everything that he put all these 6 episodes in one gigantic 2-hour movie and rearranged so many scenes, which made it make more sense, and it made it so much better. I like it. Like, editing is so important, because without it, it just goes to shit.
Yeah, it does. And editing is like the cooking of the movie.
Yes,
it's like when you put it in the baking and it comes out and it's now ready to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the other stuff is just prep for the editing. I mean, the editing is the thing that puts everything together. But this director's response was, it's the collaboration of everything together. And where does editing start, and where does it end, and where does filming start, and where does filming end, and where does the story writing start and end? And you always, when you're making something like this, always changing, and you're always combining, and you're always refilming things, and you're always, like you said, you were trying to get people back together to take multiple takes because you want to get the right one. I mean, this was something that who was it? Rhea Seehorn was talking about Better Call Saul, about how they had a goldfish, and they wanted a goldfish to get in the position that they wanted for a specific type of shot. Well, you can't tell a goldfish where to go, so they would have to do like 30 different takes for this exact same scene to get where the goldfish wanted to go.
Yeah, editing is really...
That's 4 hours. That's 4 hours right there.
4 fucking hours, Jesus
of
Christ.
Just taking the exact same shot over and over again, trying to get the goldfish into the right position. And all of it crosses over, and the way you did it was very well. Like the crossover, you can tell that there was a lot of crossover between the editing and the filming, and you really did put everything well together. And I like how you did the chapters. I really do. I thought that was an interesting take.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were into karate though, man.
Oh, you didn't? I mean, my username was BlackBeltJG13 for like a while. I mean, for years.
Yeah, but I thought that was like an inside joke. I didn't.
Oh no! It was no inside joke. I genuinely, I didn't even come up with the username. It was given to me by my parents.
Oh really? That's so funny.
Yeah. Something I don't like. I never really liked that username at all. But you know, it just kind of became like a part of my identity for a little bit, and then I grew out of it. But yeah.
I mean, what are you done now?
Am I done with what?
Karate.
I mean, karate is always going to be something that's a part of my life. I mean, could I ever go back and, practice again? Yes, I could. But it's like I've never really, it's not something that's gone. It's like once you do it for years, it never really goes away. It's like the muscle memory is just there. Muscle memory is there. Just you knowing how to, because sometimes I'll like fuck around and like play with my bow staff or like my nunchucks, and it's like I still know how to fucking do shit. Like I still know how to, I still know how to kick. I still know how to punch. I still know how to do everything. Now, there are probably some people who are better at it than me because I haven't done it consistently in years. But
right, you're probably rusty.
Yeah, but it's not like I can't do it ever again. It's like it's a part of me, and it's something that I'm just never gonna like forget. It's just it's all about muscle memory. Because like if you were to punch me or try to punch me right now, like I could, like, my body's gonna respond. Like, now I may not block it in time, but my body is so used to, practicing blocking all the time. Is that, like, it's the muscle memory. It just kicks in.
Should I try and punch you randomly?
Don't do that.
In the podcast?
No, don't do that, please.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting, but then you're gonna, like, knock over the water. And it's gonna get all over the fucking...
I break all of my equipment just for a quick swipe.
Yeah,
that'd be
that would be funny, but then I would be mad.
That'd be a reason to go to jail, right there.
I'm not gonna press any charges though, Chris. It's a fucking pun. I'm not. Well, I can't even make fun of Chris Rock because even he didn't press charges, so I can't even make a joke about that. So,
did Dave Chappelle? I'm pretty sure he pressed charges, but I think that
probably
that guy tried to kill him.
There's a reason for that. He almost fucking killed him.
Yeah. That's differently. But would you ever think about doing any other martial art?
Martial arts, it's something that I might have. It's something that I might ever like. I would keep in mind.
What would you do?
Like, I could go back.
Would you try kickboxing? I'm pretty sure people who are good at karate are pretty good at kickboxing.
I could do kickboxing.
There's a lot of kicks in karate, I thought, right?
I could do kickboxing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have any interest? Have you ever looked into anything like that?
Or if I ever like start wanting to get back into it, like I will definitely decide to do kickboxing. But it's just it's got to be something that I feel like would be like my skill set. Mm-hmm. So it's like it all depends on like what exactly. It's like a form of martial arts I can do.
How far did you go with karate?
I stopped as soon as I got my black belt.
Oh, okay. So you got your black belt. Where'd you get your black belt?
I got it at this place called Boston Taekwondo. That's where I would go all the time. And we took a black belt test, and we had to do a lot of stuff. We had to do we had to do a bunch of push-ups and jumping jacks and sit-ups and squats, and we had to do a lot of forms and do a lot of sparring and everything. So it was a pretty jam-packed day. And then then the next day, or I think a couple of days afterwards, that's when I got my black belt. And I was there for a couple of more weeks, and then that's when I had to move because that's when we were about to start moving and everything. So I had to pretty much stop doing it.
So what age were you done at?
12, I believe. I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 12.
You're not that far off, really. Wait, you took a 6-year break?
Yeah.
That's not crazy. especially you're still super young.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to do any? Did you ever compete with it? Would you ever want to compete?
Compete? I don't know. I mean, now, would I wish I could compete like in the fucking movies like the Karate Kid? Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, it's not like that in real life. I mean, they're actually they wear like guards and like head guards and everything, and it's actually not like the movies. So
Yeah.
would I now if stuff like that in the movies were in today's climate? Oh, absolutely, I would love to fucking do that shit. Like, who wouldn't want to? Who wouldn't? Honestly, who wouldn't? If you can do karate and you get to compete in that at a level like that, who wouldn't want to?
I'm trying to think of. I watched the montage at the end, so I'm about 20 minutes in. I got to the emotional part, and I got the karate part, and then I got to the end. I really like the intro too, with the quote you used. I thought that was a really funny quote. I thought the montage at the end was done really well.
Which one?
Which one?
Because there's two. Because I made like a bunch, so you're gonna have to be very specific.
Oh God,
Is it the one with? So it's the one at the very end.
Yeah, the one at the very end.
All right. Okay then. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really good. I thought that one was done really well.
Yeah. The funny story time during like the watch party, like after people I found it so funny that like after I stopped filming myself and it was like thank you guys and everything, people thought that it was over. Then the montage came, and then people thought that was the end of it. Then another thing happened after that, and they were like, "Oh, okay, is this the last thing, Jaiden?" Like, yes, this is the last thing. I promise, because like it was like 3 separate times where people thought, "Okay, is it actually over? Is it over? No, it's not over."
That's funny, dude. I mean, it was done really well.
Yeah.
Are you ready for college now?
Yes and no. I'm not ready. Physically, I am ready for college.
What does that mean physically?
Physically, it's like I'm ready to actually be on my own and do college things and have the college experience. But emotionally, I'm not really ready to leave everybody behind and just leave in general. So that's pretty much where I stand.
Yeah, I mean, you've moved before though.
I've moved before, but it's like. Most of that time, I was barely. I wasn't really self-conscious. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really self-conscious back. Like, for most of my, I would say maybe the first 2 years of my life. So, being here fully aware of everything and experiencing a lot more than I did back then in Randolph, it's just different. Because it's I still feel like I'm not really. I haven't been here for that long, but it's really been 6 years. But at the same time, it's Jesus.
Yeah. It's crazy. Time flies.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here, 8 years? So I've been here 2 years more than you.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't, when you're in it, it feels like it's never going to end.
Yep, that's what it feels like. But then life decides to be like, hey, you got to fucking move on.
Yeah. And I think our entire generation is so much worse. So much worse. We feel this so much worse because of the fact that of COVID. Yeah. And COVID really fucked us up.
COVID fucked a lot of shit up.
I think we didn't really get the real high school experience that we got. We got it freshman year. That's it. We got 1 full year of high school, and then everything else was kind of fucking fucked up a little bit.
I would say that as far as high school experience, I would say that we did, but at the same time, the middle chunk of it was pretty fucked because I would say that freshman year was pretty solid. Sophomore year, I was really enjoying sophomore year. And then that's when COVID happened, and that kind of really just fucked a lot of shit up. And then junior year was pretty, it was the most blandest year. I wouldn't even consider it to be school. It was just because let's be honest here, some people who are not. Come on, we gotta admit that at least some people who got a lot of A's, it's a little bit. Come on, you know what I'm trying to get at right now.
Oh,
with online school,
that there was cheating.
I don't know. That's not. I can't confirm or deny that. I know who's watching this, but
dude, we're out of high school.
I know, but online, just online school though, really just felt. It didn't feel like school to me. It just felt like I just was waking up and just on FaceTime for 7 or so hours.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was horrific.
But senior year was all worth it at the end for senior year because like it's not about the I was gonna say it's not about the journey, it's about the destination, but at the same time, it is about the journey.
It's always about the journey.
It is about the journey.
The idea that it's not about the journey is fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I would say that as far as like our high school career, it's like it ended better than it started because we at least can say that we had a better year than the 2020 kids because their year was ruined by COVID.
I don't even think that. I completely disagree with you.
No, I mean as far as like I mean as far as like our high school career ending,
year?
like our senior year. I would say like the end
sure.
of our high school career is better than like most
2020s.
Because unfortunately their career like their 2020 it ended so abruptly. Or 2021 it was semi good, but at the same time it wasn't really enjoyed fully. At least we were able to have a good senior year that wasn't really ruined by COVID a lot. So yeah, the first like the two I would say like maybe like 2.5 years of our high school career was good and the rest of it was bad, but I would say that it was all worth it in the end. So it's just, I mean, that's just like how I feel.
Yeah, for sure. I think junior year was, I don't even think this. My junior year was one of the worst years of my entire life. Like, genuinely, truly, like, I fucking hated waking up every single day. I wanted to fucking die all the time. I fucking hated.
Yeah.
I hated it. I couldn't stand it. And I checked out. This was my mistake, is I checked out at the end of junior year. I was so done with high school. I was so exhausted. I was so mentally, and I've been ready to be done with school since I was 8th grade. 8th grade, I've been ready to be done with school. So by the time we got to junior year, I was banging my head against the wall, like screaming for it to be over. Yeah. And I just never thought it would be over. And senior year kicked my fucking ass. I was just so exhausted all the time.
I mean, it's like being so close to the finish line. It's really just like, cause I would say that, 2020 was probably one of the worst. Not even probably. It was probably the worst year of everyone's lives, honestly. At least for us. At least for for us teenagers, 2020 was the worst year of our lives. Because 2020 for me was because not only did we have to live in a pandemic, but a bunch of shit happened before that kind of fucked a lot of things up. I mean, we had to fucking deal with wildfires. Celebrities were dying left and right, like it was going out of style. We had, basketball, which is something that I love genuinely, was taken away and it was gone. And I was in isolation with my family, but at the same time, I didn't leave the house. Not leaving the house really fucks with you.
Yeah. Being
in a place for a long time and not going, I mean, that really fucks with you. Now, obviously, we are fortunate enough to have electronics and have means of communication. But at the same time, physical interaction is also inappropriate. I almost said inappropriate. It's almost important. Physical interaction is also important because without it, you're gonna go fucking insane. And I wouldn't say that I fell into a pit of depression, but I would say that I started to feel a lot. I would say that I started to feel a lot of anxiety. I mean, I've always been an anxious person, but I would say that the anxiety got 10 times amplified because of me being in isolation.
Yeah, my 2020 experience is very, very unique. The beginning of it was okay because it was sophomore year, and sophomore year was fine, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't able to leave the house, and I fell into a state of mania. And I went and I drank every day. I smoked weed every day. I was addicted to nicotine. I sold drugs, and I was trying to prostitute women all at the same time. So On any given day, I probably could have gotten like 10 years, most likely. Like in 2020, there was a period of 5 months. Now, given those were the best times I've ever had in my entire life, and I've never been more happy. But
I mean, I feel like I can't be the only one.
But after that, it was pretty dog shit, and I had to get my life back together in some way.
I mean, am I the only one that knows this? Like, who else who else knows about the shit that you went through?
Well, I just said it on the podcast, so anybody listening knows.
So this is the first time that you've heard, like...
No. I've talked about it a little bit on the podcast before.
Oh.
But, I mean, and I've laid it out like that a couple of times, but not too often. I don't talk about that all the time on the show.
I mean, how did people react to that? Because I'm pretty sure, like, because that's pretty like heavy stuff, man.
Well, everyone, what do you mean reacted?
Like, did people genuinely, like, did they feel like, like sorry for you, and did, like, because, like, I genuinely, I never felt like, I never, like, knew that, like, because, like, I know that people experience things in different ways, but it's like, I mean, I can't imagine someone having to be in, like, a pit of in a very bad case of depression and, like, drowning their, like, sorrows and, like,
but
substances.
I wasn't depressed. I wasn't sad at all.
No, I just mean,
was
like,
like
in
Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was extremely depressed for a month. Like, one of the worst depressions I've ever had. I went broke. I was addicted to weed. I couldn't buy anything. Me and my mom fought every single day. It was the worst for like a month and a half. The very start of the pandemic to like a month and a half in, I was a mess. And then I had like a Kanye West moment where like literal mania was happening. And I think this is probably one of the reasons why I started the podcast, is because I was coming out of the mania state. And there was a couple other reasons why. Charlie and Dom wanted to do the podcast with me. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if anyone really knows that. But this podcast was not supposed to be the Kpush podcast when we started it. It was supposed to be the Lost Lighter with Dom and Charlie, and they were lazy and didn't want to do anything with it, and I wanted to work my ass off. So here we are.
I mean, thank you for, like, telling me, like, all that stuff. Obviously, that's, like, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, look at yourself right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're obviously, you look and sound better. You're about to, go to Texas with, Liz and Dom and Isaiah, and you're about to, probably do something good in life. So it's like you can look at yourself back then and be like, wow, like, I really was, like, I was really in deep shit. But then you can look at yourself now and be like, I can't change the past, but I can look to a better future and be like, just be a better person. Because it's like, hey, man, I mean, we're not all fucking like perfect human beings.
And we've all fucked up in the past.
We all shit the bed like multiple times.
And also, everything I did was consensual. And also, this is very, like, it's very, very controversial. I don't think selling drugs is that bad. Unless you're selling, like, fentanyl to people and people are dying, I personally do not think that it's one of the worst things. I don't think it's good. I don't think people should do it.
I'm against drugs and everything, right. But it's like I can't. I mean,
what is a liquor store?
But at the same time, it's like even though I'm against, like, drugs and selling them and everything, it's like some people, they got to do it to survive. So it's like I can't really. As much as I'm against it, it doesn't mean that I don't understand people being in certain situations where they have to do it, because it's like it's their only means of survival. Like. Yeah.
And I mean, I kicked the nicotine addiction. I'm not an alcoholic anymore, but this marijuana addiction is still keeping me going. I still have a pretty decent...
It's weed. It's the worst thing that happen?
No, it's not the worst thing that can happen, and I've been able to function on it every day. And I'm able to get what I need done, and it also helps me achieve my goals. It gives me that break. It gives me that need to just chill out. Be able to focus on what I'm doing, because I mean the ADHD sometimes is fucking horrible, and I can't think of anything. And being able to smoke that little bit of pot, and it just fucking calms you down. it's an amazing feeling, and
Yeah.
it's very, very useful to have.
Yeah, man. But I mean, on to something more positive.
Sure, we can talk about something more positive. What about you? Want to talk about the what is it? Grape or pink? What
Pink sauce woman?
Pink sauce woman.
Yeah.
You want to talk?
How fucking stupid. I'm looking at the camera right now. You're never gonna watch this podcast, but how fucking stupid are you? Why would you make something that, first of all, wasn't FDA approved? Second of all, you put milk is one of the ingredients. Milk is one of the ingredients, and it's getting shipped in small and freaking plastic bags. Do you not understand how disgusting that is? That's nasty. And then you know, she's on live and she's like, "Oh, I don't like what do you mean it's FDA approved? I don't sell medical products." It's like, you don't know what FDA means? How fucking stupid are you?
Nah, I'll say it. How fucking retarded are you? Dude, literally, what is the F in FDA?
Food! You didn't know that? Dude, whenever you're making something for the mass public, you have to make sure that it is approved so that people can consume it. How do you not know that? I mean, if I were to make something, right? Let's say for example, I decided to make a new medicine that cures cancer. I have to make sure that it's FDA approved so that multiple people can take it, and that it's okay for the public to consume. Yeah, look at that.
All right.
Ingredients for the pink sauce: water, sunflower seed oil, raw honey, garlic, pitaya, pink Himalayan sea salt, less than 2% of dried spices, lemon juice, milk, and citric acid. Most of that stuff, first of all, it's like that's a bit suspect. But even then, most of that stuff needs to be. You can't put ingredients like that in a plastic bag. You can't do that. You can't put ingredients like that in a plastic bag. It's not healthy, because what if it gets chunky? What if it gets expired? What if it gets expired? What if it gets infected with something? I mean, I don't think this woman thought this through. I mean, it's like, and now she could possibly go to jail, which honestly she might need to serve some time, because some people have probably gotten.
How much?
I don't know, man. I'm not a fucking judge, but I mean, considering that she sold something to the mass public that potentially has killed people or put them in a hospital, I would say that's something that she needs to serve some kind of like consequence.
What is pink sauce made of Chinese? What?
I don't know. It's Google.
That's a different.
But Chris, I remember last podcast episode we were talking about Marvel movies. So I have a question. Did you see Thor: Love and Thunder?
No, I didn't.
You don't want to see it. Trust me.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to.
Is it really that bad?
Chris, oh my god. 30 minutes in, it was nonstop. You know Christian Bale's in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Guess how much screen time he has?
How much?
10 fucking minutes.
10 minutes?
I've counted. 10 minutes. He's not in the movie for that long, and he's the villain. I think he might be in the movie at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes max.
I want to get into this really quick. I want to see.
All right.
The FDA evaluates the practices to ensure the companies are in compliance, but ultimately it's companies' responsibility to produce safe food product. See-Through has been more vocal than the FDA about criticism of her now infamous sauce. "I'm not in trouble. I'm not going to the jail," she said to Vice. "Nobody can accuse the pink sauce of doing anything going forward." Why not? And it doesn't...
What?
This needs to be refrigerated.
It's not refrigerated. It was in plastic. It was shipped in plastic
I know it's not,
bags.
but I'm saying it seems like it needs to be refrigerated.
It should. Every condiment needs to be refrigerated.
But is she going to jail? Like, can't she face jail time?
I don't know.
That doesn't answer my question.
I don't know. I mean, something like that. Oh my god.
What the fuck is that?
That's disgusting. Yeah. Dude, I'm not. Listen, I don't think. Listen, I'm not the type of person who says, "Oh, he or she needs to go to jail," unless it's like fucking murder or something.
Tax violations?
But,
oh yeah, because you would have to tax what you're selling.
Yeah,
right.
she might be going to jail. I'm not gonna lie.
The FDA and the IRS, you're not winning against the IRS. The FDA, I think, doesn't give a fuck, but the
IRS,
IRS,
yeah, you're
IRS
done.
knocks
Yeah,
on your door,
you're done.
over.
You're done.
Good luck.
You better call Saul.
Yeah.
Literally, you need to get a good lawyer because you're not about to win this case. Unless your lawyer is Matt Murdock or fucking Saul Goodman, you're done. You're done for. You're done.
Went on Instagram, the FDA came to her house after she went viral for shipping out her sauce that contains milk in a bag, misspelled ingredients, and bad packaging, and more.
Yeah, dude. You're done.
Wait,
you're
is
done.
Is this a video?
You're done.
Wow.
Yeah, you're done.
Wow.
Yeah, she's done for.
Although it is legal to sell some food products without direct FDA approval, the party or person responsible for this, blah, 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 blah. Mayonnaise in the pink, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So nothing, it doesn't seem serious yet.
It's going to be, though, if the IRS is investigating.
Stops, if she's done, right, like she says she is, like she's done, and then gives it another go, but does it legitimately, right?
Well,
with FDA approval and IRS and pays taxes and all that. She seems like she could have a decent product on her hand.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, what about the consumers who possibly got sick or even died because of something like that?
They're okay.
Dude.
Just ignore them.
Ignore them.
It's okay, Jaiden.
Oh my God, Chris. What the fuck?
Nah. It's chill, Jaiden. Jaiden, you know what? Maybe it's their fault.
It's their fault?
It's their fault. Yeah.
It's her fault for shipping it in the first place.
No, these bitch-ass people can't handle a little bit of pink, dude. Can't handle a little bit of pink in
Chris,
their life,
I can't
bro.
tell if you're joking or if you're trolling.
I'm being dead serious right now.
Oh
There's
my
not
God.
a bone in my body that's taking this remotely anything funny.
Oh my God.
I'm being
Chris.
serious, man.
Chris,
It's the people's
dude.
fault, dude. They can't handle a little bit of pink, bro.
So
dude, it's a little bit of expired
if you
milk.
consumed something that was expired and it was bad for you and you died, that's your fault, right?
Little bitch.
Is
Bitch
that
boy.
your fault?
Bitch boy. Go play survival of the fittest.
Oh my God, Chris.
Survival of
Chris.
the fittest out here. Okay, but if you're dumb... All right, seriously, though, I was joking about that. But if you're dumb enough to buy pink sauce off of TikTok and then you die, maybe, just maybe, you deserved it a little
I would
bit.
say, okay, I'm not going to say that it's their fault. I would say that we're the customers. We are only consuming what we are buying. Now, am I saying that I should be? I mean, for now, if they knew that if the sauce smells bad, like off the rip, and then they still decide to consume it, then okay, that's my fault for consuming something that already smells like shit. But if I'm just taking something, I don't know, man. It's hard to chalk it up at whose fault. It's hard to chalk it up at whose fault it is. But it's definitely. I mean, you shipping something that contains milk in plastic bags and having poor shipping. That is your fault. You're the reason why it became expired.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, she's definitely at fault. I'm not saying she's not at fault here, and she's not stupid, but...
But, I mean, on to something else. I mean, what was I saying about Thor again?
You were talking about Thor, about how,
Yeah.
What's his name?
Christian Bale was in the movie for, I think, maybe, 15 minutes, and he was not even... I said 10, but I think it might have been 15 minutes in an hour and 40-something minute movie. Because, Christian Bale is a good actor, and him being underused as someone that's called... Gore the God Butcher, and we barely ever see him. We don't even see him killing the gods. We don't.
You don't see him kill anybody?
Nope. I mean, we see him kill one god in the beginning of the movie, but that doesn't. I mean, that's it. It's just they don't. I mean, it's just chalked up as just passing dialogue. He's killing every god. This god is dead. This god is dead, but we never really see it. And then he ends up kidnapping kids. And that's pretty much the plot for the entire movie. Thor has to rescue these kids.
That sounds pretty dog shit.
It does sound dog shit. It does.
It's not even you describing it, it doesn't sound eventful at all.
It doesn't. The jokes aren't even funny.
The jokes have never been funny.
That's the worst part of that movie. The jokes were god awful. I listen, Jojo Rabbit is probably Taika Waititi's best movie. But I cannot just sit here and act like that's just a way to excuse the fact that he is an overrated director. I think he's an overrated director.
The problem is that only some people are funny, and you can't train funny. Like Chris Hemsworth. Who is that? That's a Captain America, right?
No, it's Thor.
Oh, Thor.
Okay. Chris Evans
is Captain America. Chris Hemsworth is a funny guy. He's a genuinely funny dude. When he's Thor and he's being this meaty head guy, he's pretty funny. That's not every single character though. Chris Evans, when he would try and make jokes as Captain America,
it does not work.
It was
it doesn't work.
Yo, bro.
It doesn't work at all. It just sounds corny.
I think the only Spider-Man that was funny is
Andrew Garfield.
Yes. And then Tobey Maguire was awkward funny. Tobey Maguire was a different type of funny. And then there's no funny in this new Spider-Man.
Tom Holland isn't funny.
Tom Holland, that's my issue with Tom Holland, or one of them, is that he'll try to be funny and it's guy, your name's Peter Parker. What are you doing here? Get the fuck out of the screen, dude. I can't handle you. But it's same thing with Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt's fucking... Why are there so many Chris's?
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Whoa. Chris Pratt, though. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why Guardians of the Galaxy works so well, is Chris Pratt is legitimately probably one of the funniest actors in Hollywood today.
Well, yeah, now that stems off the fact that he was on he was on a comedy show, Parks and Recreation.
Not only a comedy show, one of the best comedy shows of all time to ever exist. Parks and Rec is maybe one of the most underrated television shows. And it's so fucking good. The writing's so good. It's so tight. It's so fucking hysterical.
Well, I wouldn't know because I haven't watched it yet. I have a lot of shows on my list that I got to get through.
Dude, it's so fucking funny.
I'm still in the middle of watching Breaking Bad.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What season are you at with that?
I'm on season 2.
Okay. Season 2 is good. It's not fantastic, but it's good. How do you like it so far?
I think Breaking Bad as a show is pretty good. I think Bryan Cranston is he's clearly, it's fucking Bryan Cranston. I mean, he's an amazing actor. I think he really works. As his comedic timing is so funny. His comedic timing is amazing. And I'm not even trying to count the memes because the memes are hysterical.
Yeah.
But his comedic timing is amazing.
So good.
I think Jesse Pinkman as a character, he's goofy and he's definitely a very charismatic character. And I'm in the second season and it's starting to get interesting.
Cool.
It's unfortunate that I like Hank so much, considering that Hank is literally the foil to he's gonna be the foil to fucking Walter's plan and everything.
Yeah,
this is it's unfortunate because Hank is Hank's
one of my favorite characters.
Hank he's awesome.
Hank's awesome. I love Hank.
But at the same time, it's Hank you're the bad guy in this story. Unfortunately, so we love you, but at the same time, we want you dead.
So it's so interesting when somebody starts Breaking Bad, and I've heard podcast hosts say this, but it's different with Breaking Bad because you don't even know the ride that you are. Number one, you're so behind, and you are in a 11th season, one movie ride. That's where you are right now. You just finished the one season. You got 10 more seasons to go.
10 more seasons? I thought it was a 6-season show.
Well, you got Better Call Saul right after.
Oh my God, I gotta watch Better Call Saul now.
You have to. It's the Gilligan verse. You're part of it now, and it's the best film franchise I think of all time. That there's not even one that compares.
It's a TV show.
Film franchise. What would you call that? TV show franchise?
I wouldn't say
there's a movie attached to it.
Oh, El Camino. Yeah.
Is Star Wars a purely TV show franchise or a movie franchise?
No.
It's definitely, I would say it's a film franchise. But it's so fucking great. I mean, it's two of the best TV shows of all time. A decent movie. I mean, it's great. It's great. You have no idea the ride that you're in for. I mean, just fucking enjoy it, really. Because if I could go back in time and rewatch everything for the first time.
I will say that like the two moments in the show that had me like had my jaw to the floor, had me like react to like in a like very like hyped way.
If you say this is not meth, I'm gonna slap you in the face right now.
I was gonna say that.
Oh my god, I hate that fucking scene.
Why?
Because everybody references that one.
It's a good scene though.
Fuck off though.
Because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, like I mean, he brought meth. He brought meth to try to trade for like the money. And then when he's like, this is not meth, and he throws it to the ground, I'm like, oh shit!
There's so many other better moments throughout the entirety of the
franchise.
The
other moment was when Jesse and Walter were kidnapped by Tuco, and I see the car coming. I'm thinking, oh shit, it's Tuco's cousins. Yep. But then fucking Hank gets out the car. I'm like, oh shit, Hank! It's fucking Hank.
Yeah, dude, that shit's so good. The Salamanca storyline is probably one of the most interesting storylines to ever occur in film history. Because they get so much more into it in Better Call Saul. I mean, they fucking adapt the shit out of the Salamancas. You really, really see them. Because during Breaking Bad, I don't know if I should tell you this, but you'll kind of get the gist of it, is the Salamancas are on their way down. They still have some power left, but they're on their way down to the end. In Better Call Saul, they're at their height of their power. And it's so interesting to see them just fucking run shit.
I mean, because, the last episode that I'm on with Breaking Bad is when, like, Walter gets back and he, like, fucking showed up in that supermarket, like, butt-ass naked and then pretend that he had amnesia.
That was crazy.
But it's
that
like
was so funny.
But at the same time, it's like, Walter, you could have came up with something. You could have came up with a better excuse than, oh, I had amnesia, because now your wife is suspecting you of. Well, I mean, I'd rather be if I'm a meth dealer, and I had a fucking second phone. I mean, I'd rather be suspected of cheating. But at the same time, it's like, Walter, you kind of made yourself look a little bit more dumb or more suspectable, because now Hank hasn't, he's a pretty smart dude. I mean, he obviously his appearance makes him come off as like a goofy dude, but he's pretty relentless when it comes to. So it's only a matter of time before he realizes that the break-in at that chemical factory was orchestrated by Walter, because he's like, wait a minute, that stuff is chemically used. Like, the only person that I know that knows stuff like that is Walter. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time. And I'm honestly just waiting before everything goes to shit, because obviously everyone's gonna fucking find out that Walter is a fucking psychopath. Well, he's not a psychopath yet, but I know that he becomes like he does become like a psychopath.
Did you meet any of the Better Call Saul characters yet, other than the Salamancas?
Did
you watch Better Call Saul yet?
I've not watched Better Call Saul.
No. I'm talking.
Oh, the episode Better Call Saul.
The episode Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
No. Is that in the second season?
That's in the second season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I haven't met Saul I haven't seen Saul Goodman yet. I haven't seen
Mike Ehrmantraut.
Is that
That's the old guy. That's the finger.
Oh,
the finger.
Yes, I met him though.
Yes.
What about Giancarlo Esposito's character? I forgot his name.
Gus Fring. Yes.
Yeah, I haven't met Gus yet. I mean, unfortunately, I did see a thumbnail where it said that he died, so that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you're behind. There's still a lot more to come throughout this entire.
So, I mean, if Better Call Saul is a prequel, then shouldn't I be watching that first?
You can if you want to, but you don't have to.
But in the context of it, should I be watching it first?
Same thing with Star Wars. Should you watch the prequels before the ones that came out before it?
I mean, yeah, because it's literally episodes 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, but people disagree with that. I didn't watch it like that.
I mean, neither did I either. I watched the first 3. I watched the original 3 first.
Yeah, so I mean, what do you want to do? Yeah, it's your pick.
I still want to watch Breaking Bad. No doubt, because obviously I'm already invested in the story.
Mm-hmm. The hard part is with Better Call Saul is the first 2 seasons are a little slow. And it's hard to get through it if you don't know the characters. If you're not already, because when you're already invested in it, like the first 2 seasons aren't the worst thing in the world, but it would be really, really boring. I think the first season in particular, because it's really slow. But it's still, I mean, the show. I think it's the best show of all time. But I mean, it's still fucking good.
Because I keep seeing, hold on a minute, because I'm looking it up right now. But I know this actor because he's married to Kirsten Dunst, and I've seen him in other things before. But when does he come in? What's his name? When does Todd come in?
Todd?
Yeah, Todd, the dude, the ginger.
Todd the ginger.
No,
Bill Burr.
Him.
Oh, he comes in at like season 5.
Oh, because I always keep seeing that he's in Breaking Bad, so I'm like, wait a minute, when does he come in? Like, he's in Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I forgot that he's in it. I forgot that he's in that show. I didn't like his character that much.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see like the memes, honestly, just in context.
Yeah.
Because every time I laugh at each Breaking Bad meme, my brother keeps telling me, dude, you need to watch the scene in full context because it's a lot more serious and more like dramatic.
Yeah, it's more funny. Like when you take something super, super dramatic and
yeah, like the
meme,
the Breaking Bad meme I always keep seeing the most. Or the 2 that I always keep seeing the most is when Walter's looking at his phone. He's like, not now, not now. Or when he's on the ground and his wife's above him. And he's like, oh!
Did you see the Jesse Pinkman one? He can't keep
getting away
away
he can't keep
with
getting
this.
away with this. Yeah, yes.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Yes.
That one is so fucking funny. Oh my god, and that scene that it's in is so good. It's one of my favorite scenes
that I will say that
time.
Like, that one is also funny as well.
Dude,
you could use that in any fucking context.
Almost any context. It's so good. It works so well. And then also the scene that it's in is probably one of my favorite scenes of all time ever. And you're gonna fucking love that scene so much.
I mean, but yeah, honestly, that meme is so like funny. It's like that's how I fucking feel about That's how I feel every time Jake Paul fucking wins a boxing match. Like he can't keep getting away with this shit.
Dude, Jake Paul's not a bad boxer.
He's not a bad boxer, but like, do you honestly expect me to believe that he's really like some of these people aren't getting paid to lose? Cause,
no,
like, come on.
because he's working. He's not getting.
I just don't like Jake Paul. I'm not a Jake Paul fan.
I know you're not.
I hate
you
that
don't have
motherfucker.
to. You don't have to hate Jake. I don't mind the Pauls anymore. I don't mind the Paul brothers anymore.
I'm content with Logan.
I'm fascinated.
Jake,
by
I can't
them.
stand.
I'm fascinated by the way that they operate. When I look at them and I think about how they work, it's fascinating to me how they have constructed themselves, because you have Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They were both two of the most hated people all time ever in the history of the internet.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that there are probably more hated people than the Paul brothers.
No, I would say that they're two of the most hated people on the internet.
They're more hated than the D'Amelio sisters.
At the time, yeah.
Well, Logan,
you're thinking about it right now.
Well, listen, I get why Logan was hated because of the whole controversy in the woods and everything.
They both had controversy.
With Jake, I mean, Jake, like, I remember, like, him fucking dancing on the fucking cop guard and acting like a fucking clown and shit, and then he got arrested for that. Or
They had multiple.
But yeah, I get why, but at the same time, I still feel like I cannot. I think I hate the D'Amelio sisters more than the Paul brothers.
You can, but that's not everybody. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying the D'Amelio sisters aren't one of the most hated people, but to say that in the year 2016 to 2018, the Paul brothers were two of the most hated people on the internet, for sure, without a doubt. No, not if you said you liked the Paul brothers, people would look at you strange.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And that's true. If and you would get clowned for it. Now, if you say that you are a Paul brother fan, nobody turns an eye. I am fascinated how they move. So two of them are two of the most hated people ever on the internet in 2018. Logan Paul keeps his nose clean, keeps working, keeps his mouth shut, and does a lot of hard work, puts out some really good content, and everybody forgets about him, and people fall in love with Logan Paul again. Then you have Jake Paul. Does the exact opposite route. Keeps his mouth open, keeps his mouth running, but he finds a place where he thrives, and he finds boxing. And in boxing, everything that Jake Paul was doing is encouraged. You're encouraged to talk shit. You're encouraged to open your mouth. You're encouraged to do wild things. And then also, you got to back up all that in the ring.
Yup.
He does it.
I mean,
he
listen,
backs
as much as
it
I hate
up
him,
in the ring.
As much as I hate him, I will at least give him
him.
respect for the fact that he is able to talk. Keep the same energy on the ring.
He hasn't been paid. He hasn't been paid by Floyd Mayweather yet. You know that? Floyd Mayweather still owes him millions of dollars. Crazy. For the fight.
Wait, did Floyd lose?
I'm not sure.
Was it a tie?
I think he lost. I think Jake won. But I'm not too sure.
There's no way. There's no fucking way Floyd actually lost.
But Floyd was on his way down.
Let me find out that Floyd Mayweather lost to Jake Paul. I swear to God, I'm leaving this set. I swear to God. Oh, just go to that one.
Yeah, one right there. Jake Paul says Floyd Mayweather is broke after
through crypto.
Lost money through crypto. In the wake of the recent allegation, Jake Paul is now poor from crypto. Yeah, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. Jake Paul is not poor at all. The idea that Jake Paul is poor is fucking ridiculous. YouTuber has come out and said that Floyd Mayweather is broke. Oh, so this is just beef. But who won the fight? I forget. I just know Floyd Mayweather owes him money. I'm pretty sure Jake won.
Wait, just
1 year ago today, I fought Floyd Mayweather. He's hard to hit. Oh my God. He's hard to hit, but even harder to collect money from. Who should I fight next? He's so fucking badass. He's so funny. That is hilarious.
Just go back to.
I think he won. Yeah.
Search, and then just go to, and then just go here. To did Mayweather lose the? No, right there. There was no official winner declared at the end of the. All right.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So here's what happened. I know this brought back all the memory. What happened was Floyd Mayweather was fought Jake Paul and
that was Logan.
No. Oh wait, Floyd Mayweather
because Jake Paul was the whole got your hat thing and shit. So
okay. So who? Okay, Floyd Mayweather owes Logan Paul money, not Jake Paul money. I was getting that completely fucking wrong. Thank God we looked that up because I got that entire story. I just shat that out of my ass. I was so wrong there. I fucking apologize. So I was wrong. What actually happened was Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul, and Floyd Mayweather hasn't paid Logan Paul back, and Logan didn't win. Logan didn't win the fight, but Floyd Mayweather said that it would be an what is it called? Exhibition round, and that didn't happen. And Logan says that he won like one round. There are people who say that he won like one round, but I don't know if he won a round against Floyd Mayweather, but he didn't knock him out. And in my eyes, that means Logan won. If Floyd said that he would knock him out and Floyd didn't, I mean, how did you not lose? You didn't live up to what you fucking said you were gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you on your phone? What are you doing?
No, I was just looking. I was looking at something real quick.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just fascinated by the way they work, though, really. And I mean, you hear Jake and Logan talk about how much they work on their boxing. They're in the gym like 6 hours a day or whatever. It's crazy hours. They were putting dedication and time and work into boxing. And I mean, Jake could be maybe one of the best boxers we've ever known. 10 years from now, if he keeps going every single week, we have no idea what he could be like.
I don't know, man. I just want to see Jake Paul lose, honestly. But
And
that's just me.
That's why everyone is going to keep buying his tickets.
I mean, there's nothing wrong.
But he's gonna get the bag every time you buy that ticket.
I'm watching it on the end. Nope, never mind. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
You want to keep going?
What time is it? Yeah, we can keep going. I gotta be home by like around like 5:15ish.
Yeah, we can go for like another 15 minutes or whatever. Fuck.
Yeah.
What else? Are you ready for? You said you're emotionally ready for college. Do you have a dorm set up? Do you have roommates?
Yeah, I'm rooming with Raphael, Voch.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we're in Southwest, which is like pretty much like the popular place to be in like Amherst and everything.
What? Do you have what's your major again? Sports management.
Yeah.
What is everyone? Are you? What's everyone else doing? Do you know what everyone else is doing down there, or do you not care?
Not at the top of my head. No, I would have to like go back and just like look.
Yeah. Do you have a job that you're gonna? Are you gonna work through college?
My mom doesn't want me to work first year.
Sounds good. Are you gonna work summer?
I'm gonna try to find an internship during the summertime.
Okay, where you want to get an internship at?
Well, my major sports management, like they have like summer internships during the summer, like so I'm gonna try to like find an internship and start from there and everything.
Nice.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So if you have been living under a rock, I don't blame you if you don't pay attention to this person because he's been kind of in the news every fucking week with something new about his fucking criminal.
Andrew Tate.
I was gonna say fucking Ezra Miller.
Oh, Ezra Miller.
Because like, do you think that movie is ever gonna come out?
With what?
The Flash.
Movie? Oh no, that's never gonna happen.
Like Ezra Miller. Like I rewatched the Snyder Cut yesterday, and it's like it was so weird seeing Ezra Miller and Amber Heard. It's just like, ugh. Especially Amber Heard. Like fuck her. But Ezra Miller. It's so unfortunate because like Ezra Miller. As crazy as that guy is, the dude, I still love Perks of Being a Wallflower, man. Nothing can ever ruin that movie for me, but it's just at the same time, it's like, damn, it's like, why did like Ezra Miller have to like just do this to himself and everything? It's like it's crazy. Like every fucking week, it's something new that he did. Now this week he's getting charged for like burglary in Vermont.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's crazy the amount of shit that he's going through and. He seems to always be in the news.
He is always in the news.
Honestly, that might help the movie.
How?
What? How not?
I mean, yeah, people might want to watch it more now to like...
People don't hate Ezra Miller, though. That's the thing. It's a weird thing, because he keeps getting caught for all this, like, shit and whatnot, but it's all not two terrible.
I wouldn't say that I hate Ezra Miller, but it's like I'm a bit annoyed and it's like upset with him because it's like, come on, man, like you're better than this, man. Why do you keep doing such crazy shit? Because at some point you can't keep feeling sorry for the guy because he keeps doing it to himself.
Well, all actors are mentally ill, and especially if you're in Hollywood, you're probably mentally ill. And if you wanna, and that goes for like any art. Like I'm definitely mental ill. That it definitely comes out in the podcast. It's what probably helps me with my podcast. I guarantee you, Ezra Miller's mental illness probably helps his acting.
Like he's not mentally like stable, but at the same time, it's like at the same time though, it's like, come on, man, like you need to get help. He needs to get help. Now, should he probably serve jail time? For some of the stuff that he did, absolutely. I mean, the dude killed somebody.
I don't know exactly everything he's done.
So he assaulted multiple people in Hawaii. He threw a chair at a woman's head, and she had like a crack in her head. And like,
why?
I don't know. I guess he just got annoyed at her or something. I guess I don't know. And it's like it's unfortunate because like he almost could have killed somebody. So it's like, should he deserve jail time? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But, who knows? Who knows? But honestly, do I think The Flash is going to be released? I don't know. The way DC is going with all their stuff, I mean, did you hear about Batgirl getting canceled?
No.
No, that movie, it was done filming everything, and it got canceled.
What? Why?
Because it didn't fit their... They didn't think it was going to make a bunch of money cinematically or whatever, because now with Marvel and them releasing everything, DC's trying to compete with Marvel, so they don't think Batgirl's going to make them
oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Well, it's unfortunate because like
no, I know it's unfortunate and
it is because like people really spend
there's headlines like shut the fuck up. Canceling Batgirl isn't just baffling; it's crushing blow to women like me. Like you're
because she's an African American woman, and obviously Batgirl isn't African American. She's white, so I can see where she's coming from on the fact that like African American. We don't really see a lot of African American women centered in superhero movies nowadays.
J.K. Simmons was in it.
Yeah,
and Michael Keaton.
Yup.
What?
Yup. And Brendan Fraser.
What? They were done filming this?
Yup, $90 million down the fucking drain.
90 mil?
$90 million down the goddamn drain.
This is crazy.
Yup.
What?
Yup.
How am I just hearing about this? What? Look at this lineup of actors. Holy shit! This could have been. Who's the director? Who's the fucking director of this?
The director of this was also the director of Miss Marvel.
Okay, maybe we dodged a blow then.
Okay, but Miss Marvel was actually not that bad. I actually did like Miss Marvel.
No. Miss Marvel was actually dog shit. Genuinely.
To each his own. But the whole to blow to women like me because she is African American, so it would have been nice to see.
Yeah, but you don't live in Turkey, so calm down. But
dude, I'm an African American. I know where she's coming from.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about the whole women part. Like you don't there are places where they literally are fucking female castrated and get their fucking vaginas ripped open.
All right, okay, that's all right.
Losing the Batgirl as a woman is not.
Okay, but the point that she's trying to make is how many times... name one African-American female superhero in the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't name one.
You can't. That's why something like that is definitely... It's heartbreaking and it's definitely unfortunate. I have Black Panther. I have Black Panther to look to. I have Blade to look to. The last African-American female-centric superhero movie we got was fucking Catwoman. It was Catwoman.
Sure.
With Halle Berry.
This doesn't look like an African-American woman, though. She was supposed to be...
No, she's black.
She's black?
She's black.
Okay.
She's probably mixed, but she's black.
That is... Okay.
I didn't know she was a singer. I mean, that's
I mean... Why canceled though?
Because they don't think that Batgirl is going to make them a bunch of money. It's going to make them popular amongst trying to set up the DCEU. So that's why they canceled it. And I think
Why do they keep trying to set up the DCEU? I thought
because they want to be Marvel so badly. I don't know.
They're not. They're being better than Marvel over the past couple of years with these independent films.
That's That's the thing. Marvel.
You had Joker, Suicide
what DC
Squad,
is doing
Batman.
better. What DC is doing better than Marvel is them having independent movies.
They just need to keep doing that. We don't need franchises.
But they're not going to do it because everything needs to be a fucking cinematic universe now.
We can have 7 different Batmans every year, dude. Like, I don't care. We don't need...
Shazam, good movie.
Shazam,
Suicide Squad,
good.
Amazing. Peacemaker, fucking god tier. The Batman, it was sentient. And
nothing. They haven't released anything in the last 5 years that's been like breathtaking, right? Where you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna shit my pants. Every single person in the entire world has to go see this. But you'll go watch it and you go, that was a good use of my time.
I would say that DC for the last 5 years has been five of 6, because
better than Marvel.
Zack Snyder Justice League, that's 1 for 1. Wonder Woman 84 was dog shit. 1 for 2. The Suicide Squad, they're 2 for 3. The Batman, they are 3 for 4. Peacemaker, 4 or 5. And I mean, I guess I can say Harley Quinn. No, Shazam, 5 of 6. I mean, I don't really. I've never seen Harley Quinn, so I don't know if Harley Quinn's a good show.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
And Joker too, so 6 of 7. Yeah. The last
Joker was
7
really
things. Hell, even Harley Quinn. I would even say the freaking Birds of Prey movie was also pretty good. So that's 7 of 8. The last.
It's
8...
unique. It's not the same thing. Like when you watch Marvel and you watch the trailer of a Marvel movie,
you know what you're expecting.
Exactly. You've seen the movie, but when you watch like a trailer of a DC movie, you're like, oh. What's this going to be like?
Exactly.
And it's something that's very important in film.
Even because, you know what you're expecting when you're seeing a Marvel movie, but at least with a DC movie, you're actually intrigued. I mean, the Shazam trailer, for example. I mean, I didn't feel like I saw the whole movie. It was just obviously it was a preview to what the movie's gonna be like. It's Shazam fighting some two evil sorcerers. That's pretty much all I got. Yep. I didn't get the entire freaking plot of the entire movie in one trailer. That's why trailers are bad nowadays, because you're getting the entire movie in one trailer.
All right. Yes, that's true. DC's been better recently. We gotta wrap this up, though.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we have to wrap it up. Obviously.
Next time you'll be on the podcast, we'll be in Austin.
Yeah, man.
So you gotta let me know. You gotta let me know when you can come through to Austin, baby, because we'll have you on.
You probably will not see me in Austin, Texas.
Oh, we'll see you in Austin. Why not?
But unless I'm visiting, Texas. I think I would probably die of heat stroke.
Oh, stop it! Come at the fall. Come at the fall. You'll be fine at the fall. We'll figure it out.
Bro, is this fucking cup leaking? Like, what the hell?
No, it's condensation.
Oh.
From the ice I put in. All right. But yeah. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me on your podcast.
Thank you
last time before we
move. Yeah, this will be the last time you'll be in the studio.
Yup.
You've been.
I will miss these posters.
You will, dude. You've been in this 3 times now, man.
3 times, yes.
This is your 3rd episode. To many more. To many more. All right. Peace out, fuckers. Thank you for listening. Peace out. Episode 78.